I'm fucking starving. Thank you. And the food literally, as we're coming back on the air, the food just got put down.
Jim is turning into Joe Pesci. I'm going to slip him a Snickers.
I'm just really hungry, and usually you eat around 9, and this fucking place, whatever their delivery service is, stinks.
Anthony,
they suck.
Anthony, you got to take this on yourself.
Yeah,
all right?
blame myself and everything.
We'll just go somewhere else. That's all. Or just go down there, or I'll pay for somewhere. I don't care. I'll spend the money. I don't need them to expense it. I'll pay it. I just want to eat at 9 o'clock. Because you get up at 7, and then it's 2 hours in.
Tech my order, even if Jim's paying for it. Tech my order on with Jim's.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fucking
You just
starving.
have a side anyway. You're not eating food. You just have a side.
Just a little turkey bacon, just a little protein to keep.
You don't have eggs?
No, I don't eat eggs.
Turkey bacon rules too, man.
It's good.
Oh, it's
You know
so
what you
good.
do? You put it on some toast. You throw some tomato and lettuce on there. You get a full meal. You know?
Huh,
You get a
tomato and
breakfast.
lettuce, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just want a little bit of protein to keep the wheels in motion, and that's all.
I haven't
That's
had
all
a
need.
BLT in so long.
They're the best. They're the best of all sandwiches.
A little mayo.
What about a turkey club, though? You just had turkey and you got even a little something more, you know?
I guess I never thought of
Yeah.
it that way.
What's your favorite food?
Of all time?
Yeah.
It's a great question. Yeah, so what you're saying is that death row food. You know, this is something that that chefs talk about all the time. What would you have on death row? I'm sure it's something that my mom made for me. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Like I would go back to a comfort food that she had made.
Like what?
Maybe fried chicken, mashed
Yeah.
potatoes.
Goulash?
Yeah, but yes, we're from Russia, so that was always, back then. But isn't it funny what people consider comfort food is like people from China? If they get nervous, they have rice and vegetables. Like I had a bad day today, I'm gonna have rice and that would be a nightmare for us.
Yeah,
we want something normally like Italian, something big and carby and thick, but I think it would be along those lines. I don't think it'd be from a restaurant.
I feel like my mom cooked all the time. She's a very good cook.
She was a stay-at-home mom. Your dad made enough money where you didn't have to force her to leave the child alone.
Right. Well, we could take out a couple loans or something. But, yeah, I would probably get a shit ton of food from Taco Bell.
Really?
A whole bunch of chalupas with no sour cream and a whole bunch of quesadillas with no sauce.
You don't want real Mexican food? You'd rather go to Taco Bell?
Much rather Taco Bell.
Why no sauce?
Yeah.
I don't like the sauce.
Oh.
Yeah.
You put a little sauce on there, it gives you a kick, though.
Is that right?
Let me just put a little sauce on yours. You ever had somebody do that? Like, just let me just put this on there. You're gonna love it.
Just
Hot
try it.
sauce. It's
Just
really
try it.
hot.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hot. Why would I want to eat something that was so hot it was uncomfortable for my mouth?
Yeah, it burned everything.
Yeah.
It burn
Burns
the
your
roof of
mouth, and you're
from-
used to eating it, so why would I want to eat it?
Yeah. What would your death row meal be?
I don't know. Fried chicken sounds good.
I-
Pizza. But the pizza they'd give you probably shit.
No, you get any pizza you want. Like my favorite little spot, Sbarro's, right down the road.
That's nice.
That's
Yeah.
really the old
I mean,
stuff.
my perfect death row meal, and this would be just probably 3 lines of Coke and a little bit of fucking heroin just to take the edge off. Just enough to give you that,
Right.
you don't want to nod out. You know what I mean? So not too much heroin, but a nice speedball, the kind Belushi did. And maybe OD before you even get down the fucking hall.
Just one last fuck you.
Yeah.
My terms.
You don't
Yeah.
want Coke, though. The last thing you need is to be jittery and wide awake for that shit. You'd rather
Yeah.
be tired and go,
But
"All right."
I want some Coke and a fucking phone just to call some people I haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah, that they say that lethal injection, like you may or may not, like it suffocates you. But like, what if you know it's happening?
Right. They don't. I mean, how can they know for sure it doesn't hurt if everybody's dead that it's ever happened to?
Here's what they ought to do to kill you. And this sounds barbaric, but it's fast. Put your head on a piece of metal and have a giant metal press slam down on it, and in a nanosecond you're dead.
Why don't they just shoot you? Why would they go to that?
Because that's faster and instant.
Shoot you in the head.
You know, like when they crush a
you
car.
won't have your head crushed?
No, but if I was either that or be suffocated,
Yeah.
close your eyes,
No, don't-
just dunk.
I can't even think of suffocation.
It's yeah, exactly.
What would your death row? So after you have your Coke and heroin
Yeah.
for your last meal, how are you going out?
For me, if they gave you the choice, I'd say cut off my cock and balls and let me just bleed out.
You
because you're a fucking champion.
I mean, I like kicking around and screaming.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking
what,
man.
You know what we could do to Jimmy? I mean, if I was running the jail, it was Jimmy's death row. I just have Anthony order food, and eventually he'll starve to death. Anthony, come on, dude. You're fucking representing, okay?
What happened,
I don't
Anthony?
need you as a fucking failure. I do go for this crushing the head thing.
You like that?
Yes, because I've never heard of it before.
It doesn't
There's
make
never
any
been
sense
a
to me.
country
No.
that's crushed the head.
No.
And it's fast.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with just like shooting a gun? What's wrong with just either using a shotgun to blow somebody's head
It
off?
may miss. It may miss. And even decapitation. I've seen video, and I saw it recently, of a guy whose head got cut off.
Right.
And they held the head up, and it looked up at the person.
I've heard about that.
You do survive it. I've seen it. Like, again, it's very fast, but you can see the eye. It's chilling when you see the eyes look up.
Because you've got that one split second of like,
They say 30 seconds.
no way.
I've heard 30 seconds, and I even heard one guy was talking about, like, telling a story about a medical examiner. I guess it was an old tale recounted, but the guy's head got cut off in a guillotine, and he said the guy grimaced when they touched the spinal column of the head.
Ugh.
Like, he grimaced in
Like
pain.
my neck hurts.
Yeah. And a cop told a story about his friend's head getting cut off in the accident, and he said he could see the expression on his friend's face change from like horror to pain or something, you know.
Or just finally like just letting go.
Yeah. Are you you're claustrophobic?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't like it. You don't mind elevators, though.
No. But I wouldn't want to be like buried in sand.
Is being buried alive your greatest fear?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that Ryan Reynolds movie?
Dude, I'm not watching that. I mean,
Dude, it's so bad. It's as bad as you think it is.
Is what I don't watch movies like that, and I don't watch movies where anything bad happens to a kid.
Right.
And to be honest, even their dog. I don't like when a dog gets fucking killed. But any of these things of we've captured your child and you got 20 foot. No, fuck you.
You never seen Taken?
No. This is,
Oh, dude, Taken
just
is
tell me
the
this.
shit.
Did they get the kid back?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Maybe I'll watch the end of it. I'm not watching the early part though.
But he's got a certain set of skills. You got to see all his skills. in
Don't,
action.
don't ruin it for me now. I mean, you already told me you got the kid back.
I can dye my hair with jet black tire paint.
You know who I think is the best? All the death penalties. Those Muslims where you just throwing enough rocks at someone that they die.
You think stoning is.
It's like this 200th fucking rock finally killed. Like I've been hit with a rock before. It hurts, but I didn't think I could die from this.
Yeah, nowhere near death.
Yeah. What about just bee stings?
Or they throw you off a roof. That's a big one, too. To gaze. Right off the roof.
I had seen this other documentary when people jumped off of the Golden Gate Bridge.
The bridge, yeah.
Yeah, and they all said on the way down, fuck, what did I do? The survivors.
Mm-hmm.
The survivors said that they regretted it on the way down. I go, now you're regretting?
Yeah. That's what I think. That was that bridge documentary.
The bridge, I'm sorry, yeah.
The Golden Gate Bridge thing. Yeah.
Now, the Chester Bennington way that he went out the other day with a belt.
Right.
It's weird how you just hear something like that and it kind of puts it in the fucking zeitgeist where people are like, yeah, who knows who's going to end up killing himself. I don't think he probably ever thought when he was younger, I'll probably end up killing myself one day. Where do you get to that point?
Who knows? He might have been a lifelong depressed person.
Yeah.
You know, like he probably struggled with it for a long time. He had probably gone, and I've said this about Chris Cornell, he'd probably gone through that scenario so many times.
Just thinking about it?
And starting it. He'd probably put it around his neck 100 times and never just done it. He had probably felt what the pressure would feel like. He had probably held the belt up just to see how does this feel to be choked. Guaranteed that he did not, that was not his first time.
But why don't you just start?
There's some conspiracy theories now going on
That
the
he was
internet.
killed?
Yeah, because
Who's killing the guy from Lincoln Park?
Can I have a piece of bacon?
there's
Yeah, you may.
they're saying if you read this here, and it's there's some weird stuff because Chester was Chris Cornell's godfather to one of his kids, and then Chester died on Chris Cornell's birthday. So they're saying that there's some weird ties going on.
So what does that have to do with conspiracy?
That was his final piece of depression.
If you read the article here, I've seen this a couple times on the internet that they were covering up a pedophile ring.
Everything is pedophile.
I'm sick of pedophile rings.
Conspiracy
Jesus Christ.
theorists. It's always a pedophile thing.
Yeah, it's always a big pedophile ring. Just delete.
What about becoming a... What about just becoming... Why don't you just do drugs until you die? You know what I mean?
That's the way rock stars used to do it, right?
Do drugs, and then die.
But then you had Robin Williams, who did like a ton of drugs in the 80s, and then he didn't die, and then he used a belt at the end.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
weird. That's 3 celebrities now who belted it out. Not even fucking gun to the head.
Well, I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Chris Cornell thing was implanted in the Chester's head, and so maybe he was like, maybe even after Chris Cornell did it, that's when he started doing what you said, Jim, where he's like, let me see. Oh, that's how he did it. Let me see what this feels like.
You don't need
Let me see what this
inspiration.
feels like.
That's something you think of on your own. It's not something
Even if it's the same as your
Oh my-
buddy.
Yeah, of course. A belt around the neck. That's fucking kill yourself 101.
Oh,
That's not a new thought. A tie, a belt.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like 9th or 10th grade, a kid in my school hung themselves like from a fucking tire swing. Like they went, like this place in the woods where everybody used to go and swing up this thing. He'd fucking cut it, noosed up, and died. There was like, I go to the funeral. What was the wake? There had to be like 800 fucking kids all lined up. And I got a little jealous. I'm like,
because of all the attention.
yeah, I'm like, look at all the attention he's
Wow.
getting. I wonder how many people would have,
Like maybe there's a scenario where you can fake something, so
No.
you can get that
No,
many
I'd
people.
rather just be laying there having girls crying over me, like we're crying for him over his dead body. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He's really making things happen. But then I didn't want everybody to think I was ripping him off at the time.
That probably would. I mean, they go, oh, we know what this is.
Remember when Patrice died and you got all that attention? Mm-hmm. And everybody started thinking, I wonder if Rolling Stone would pick it up if I died. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, all of a sudden, all those publications decided Patrice was finally
Yeah,
decided
he was
Patrice was
fucking
one of
great.
the greatest.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody had mentioned it before, but
Makes you want to kind of just make sure that you have leaving some stuff. Like, here, take a listen to this after I die. Think
Right.
you're really going to get a
Like
big kick
Tupac
out
stuff.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to get a kick out
Yeah.
of it. There's a lot
Right.
of good stuff. with it.
Unreleased stuff.
Yeah, a lot of unreleased stuff.
you should do shows.
Yeah, and
Just in case,
leave
like,
it.
every
My
time.
death's Joe.
Yeah, do a show after your show and just record it and just have a whole bunch of shows. That way, your radio show could just continue on.
Or if you committed suicide
Yeah.
and you're fucking taping it, everybody's going to watch it. And you
Oh,
you
yeah.
just do, some really funny stuff for the first hour and a half, and then boom, you're done.
Right.
That's a great idea, especially with podcasts. You do a whole bunch
Yeah.
in advance if you know you're going to die. Just instead of
Yeah.
taping one, tape 3.
What would be great is if the 3 of us were doing one at a time, we die. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I got to go now, guys. And boom, I shoot myself in the head. You guys fucking go, I didn't see that coming.
Right.
You're laughing, you're fucking around. Everyone's thinking, oh my God, they're not doing anything to help. Boom, then Sam kills himself.
Right.
It's true. And
then-
I just celebrate.
Yeah, Jim just ends the
Yeah.
show and goes home.
Jim plugs his fucking gigs in Montreal.
Yeah.
Lets everybody know he's going to be at the Borgata. And then boom.
Yeah, I mentioned Chip
Out the door.
Yeah.
Fucking leave.
Chip in Montreal, is that going to work though?
I think so.
And then he's doing a gig?
No,
Chip?
not doing a gig in Montreal.
Okay.
Oh, he's doing a live gig in New York,
Yeah.
September 11th.
September 11th.
Oh, I haven't announced that.
Oh, no?
The Chip live show is September 11th at the Village Underground. Ticket information will be given out next week on the Chip podcast.
September 11th, is
That's
that
the-
date on
Yes.
purpose?
Yeah. Well, actually,
Chip thought that
honestly,
was-
the dates available were the 5th or the 11th, and the day after Labor Day is a bad day to do a
But the
show.
11th is not, September 11th is an okay day?
At this point, yeah. At this point, it is.
Look, I consider this Chip September 11th show our September 11th. You know what I mean? This is our 9/11 for our generation.
Right.
The guys that were too young to remember what happened.
Yeah, Chip should call it the new 9/11, right? Just something that everybody's going to remember.
And where's it going to be at, by the way?
Village Underground. Tickets are not on sale till next week, though.
Wow.
It's going to be exciting.
hope
Did you
so.
guys, speaking of exciting, did you guys watch the big race last night?
I'm a part of it. Oh, I think my white people.
We're back. It's getting great again.
No, I meant
What
the
race?
Phelps versus Shark.
No.
No, I didn't even know this was on because everything comes on Sunday nights. It's too much for me.
Right, no,
it's a
I
night
get
of
it.
anxiety.
Yeah.
I can't watch that. It's just too humiliating for Michael Phelps.
Well, it was
And the shark.
Yeah, the Shark's humiliated too.
people were furious. You know, Shark Week has become a bit of a parody of itself.
No one cares about it anymore. I'm sick of Shark Week.
People care about it.
Shark Week can eat my
Wait,
dick.
it was in a lane for real?
No, that's not. That's a
Okay.
fake photo. People got pissed because they had Phelps swim in shark water, but then they added a shark with CGI next to him.
Ew.
So they already had the time the shark had raced. So Michael Phelps was racing a CGI shark. And there had been all this promotion.
Oh,
there were tweets everywhere. There had been all this promotion that Michael Phelps versus a shark. And then everybody was tweeting because they expected you put a shark in a pool and it stays in its lane and you get to see Michael Phelps and a shark, not this bullshit.
How fucking what is this? Discovery stinks now.
Oh yeah, it's horrifying.
They used to be really good, and
They're
they have just
horrifying.
turned into this. But they did it with the guy getting eaten by the snake, swallowed whole.
Yep, they did it.
They
Remember,
keep doing these stunts. They're fucking awful.
like a year or two ago for Shark Week, they did the fake real documentary about how they had found mermaids.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And they
yeah.
were really trying to
Yeah.
trick people into thinking
they're
that this
awful.
thing.
They're now
And
just this
Hitler's
fucking.
zombie army. They did something on that.
Yeah, but they made it like it was real. It's
Yeah.
clickbait.
It's a clickbait network.
TV.
How did the shark? It must be CGI. The shark just did a lane fucking turn and went to the end of the pool, and that thing where you dive
Yeah.
down and kick off again.
Yeah. The shark did win, though, by seconds, but it won.
Seconds is a lot in swimming.
And they
Yeah,
said a
it's true.
simulated shark at the end.
Yeah.
Did they say
And
simulated the whole time or no?
Simulated
While,
Phelps.
while, it was,
It's not even a real Phelps.
while it was happening,
yeah.
yes. While they were advertising it, no.
And he's got a mermaid's tail. Phelps had a mermaid's tail.
They did. They put him in, and they tried to, because I mean, people on Twitter are going crazy. They got all, there's tweets everywhere about being upset that there was no real shark. So they tried to do damage control, and they said, but Phelps was swimming in shark-infested water. So there was real danger there. Yeah. They said, we had divers that were there watching Michael Phelps.
You
just
want him to
make
race
sure.
a shark? Put him in the water, open the cage, let the shark chase him.
Right. Let's see if he's quicker than a
Yeah,
shark.
put some chum on his fucking feet.
Yeah.
Give him a head start.
Shark beat him by 2 seconds. You're right.
That's gigantic.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I guess he's not that good after all.
No, he sucks.
Can you imagine that? Like winning all those gold medals. You're supposed to be the pride of your country, and the only thing that's left after the Olympics is racing
racing
a fake shark.
That's humiliating.
You know, they had Jesse Owens race a fucking horse back
right.
in the 40s or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same fucking gimmick.
but he really raced a horse.
Yeah, but he did 100 yards and the horse did fucking like 500 yards or something.
Oh, was it a distance? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. And
Yeah.
and who won?
I don't know.
Did he do it with a horse? Did he? Can we see who won?
He wants to know if Jesse Owens beat a horse.
I'm wondering if he ran 100 yards faster than the horse ran 500.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have the technology for CGI horses yet.
No.
Too bad.
Yeah, because otherwise that could have looked really cool.
Yeah. And then afterwards, and this is the saddest thing at all, Jesse had to take a piss and they wouldn't let him use the restroom. He had to go down to a stall and pee there.
Wow.
This was years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time
terrible.
ago.
It was
That's
like-
terrible.
That was the 80s. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
whole fucking,
it's-
you know, that I Love LA song had just come out, Randy Newman. So, you know. All right, there he is. There's Jesse.
Racing against a horse.
Racing
Jesse
against
had
a
start of 40
horse.
yards in 100,
Yeah.
and he won by inches.
He won by inches,
Who did?
says Jesse Owens.
The music is so bad.
I mean, the whole exercise is terrible.
Why is the horse running around the fucking thing?
It's so humil. What do you mean? He's racing him.
Nobody ran cut across.
Look how happy he is.
That is so dehumanizing. Let's see if you're faster than this animal now.
It's also dehumanizing to run in front of Hitler. He had to fucking do that. No one ever brings that up.
Yeah.
He beat Hitler in a fucking race.
They didn't get a handshake. Didn't Hitler walk away?
Yeah, Hitler. They said fucking rubbed his balls and then fucking put a
Yeah.
And he goes like this. Here, shake my ball, my fucking ball sweat.
You gave him the stink finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesse Owens, why does my finger smell like Hitler's shit now?
yeah.
That was the first indication that Hitler was rude.
Hitler was not fucking nice. No one ever brings that up.
Yeah.
Hitler was mean to a lot of people.
He was
But I-
impolite.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, though. Devil's advocate. He put together a hell of an opening ceremony at the Olympics.
Yeah, that is true.
A lot of that pomp and circumstance that we celebrate today would not have been around had it not been for Hitler.
No one is saying that Hitler had no good qualities. I'm just saying he was rude. he was a rude person.
Okay, all right, we can
Now
agree
they're
on
saying, didn't they say that he had a tiny fucking hook dick too?
Yes.
They said that he had this little fucking fish hook of a dick.
Little
And they-
micro penis.
They think that had him, and it was fucking curved up and around again. And they said that had him pissed off.
Yeah.
I think, though, that sometimes, and we'll see it over the years, every few years the newspapers are allowed to just print a terrible story about Hitler.
Having a small penis.
Yeah, because who's going to correct him? Who's going to say like, "Whoa, is the Hitler family
his
going to
dick was
sue
normal.
the newspaper?"
You think his dick was normal size,
Yeah,
average?
they're just trying to humiliate. I'm not going to say a great man. They're just trying to humiliate, a fucking guy who's hateable.
I heard though, and I read this several places. His fucking ball was so small and had a little hole in it, looked like a Cheerio. They
that
said it
right?
was the kids at school would call them Cheerio balls, but it was like the German version
Yeah.
of that.
Of Cheerio balls.
Yeah.
Tire balls. They didn't
Yeah.
have Cheerios back then. They were little tires.
Yeah. And they
Wow.
had forced him when
And
he
they
went,
had holes in them?
yeah, he went to summer camp, and they forced him to put his balls in this little thing of milk.
Yeah.
And they were all like breakfast cereal.
Right.
You know, and he's like, one fucking day. And I think it was Jewish kids who did it. It was one fucking day.
I heard they would call them Honey Nuts Cheerio.
That's fucking.
because nuts, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Except, like you said, in German.
Yeah, in German.
In German.
In the native language there. But also, the other thing about fucking Hitler that no one brings up is that he was a lovely painter.
He was
painter.
not quite good enough to go professional.
That's what fucked him up.
It is.
If I could go back in time and buy Hitler's paintings, perhaps none of this would have happened.
you know,
You're right.
that is true. He really was a frustrated artist.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what happened to Charles Manson. He wanted to be a
right.
rock star. Charles Manson wanted to
Yes.
be, he wanted
I
to be
have
a
his
rock
album.
star.
Yes,
Not good.
Garbage Dump was the big hit that he had. That's the name of the song.
Right.
If you could go back in time and kill anybody, who would it be?
My agent last September.
Okay. It's still not too late, Chippy. You can still. What about for you?
That's a real tough one. One person.
One, you only get to kill one. You only get to do it one time. Because I would love to go back in time and kill Lincoln right before John Wilkes Booth got there, just to see the expression on his face. You know, just like, what the fuck?
This is my
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd be
Damn
like
it.
this, little fucking late, Ringo. Boom, I'd be gone again. And he'd be like, Ringo, what the fuck's that even mean?
And then he'd still have to escape, so he'd probably do the same thing. You'd get away with it.
Well, you could just say a guy shot him and then disappeared back into the future.
Right.
Was that a Hitler painting right there? The on the right? Not that one. That one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I'd fucking hang that over my couch today.
Well, yeah, but that's because you
Are
know
they
who the
for
artist
sale?
is.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Who owns them?
There's a place down at the mall. There's,
The original Hitlers?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to get one. There wasn't enough space. I like getting something big over my couch.
Right.
You know, then we
It
have
didn't
smaller
quite-
ones. Yeah.
They sold for $500,000.
Yeah. Would you? I mean, I think it would also be thrilling to go back in time and kill Sarah Connor long before her son was born.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd probably kill the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez.
Why?
That's the one guy?
Yeah, he just seemed like he had such an ego about him. You know, he just
don't like him.
He's killing random people. He's killing old ladies. He just thinks that.
Focus. You're like, focus, fucker.
Yeah, he just feels like none of the rules apply to him. He ate. They said he only ate junk food, so his breath stank and his teeth were rotting out.
Oh, no,
Sometimes
really?
that's just mean to say, though. You know, it's
Yeah.
like Hitler's balls.
With the Cheerio balls.
Yeah.
Honey nuts.
If I was a serial killer, I'd always take a prize from my victim. I would always, I would leave a calling card.
Oh, wow.
What was I already know mine. What would your
Yeah.
calling card be?
I would probably take off a pinky toe with me. I'd be the pinky toe killer.
Wow.
And then back at my lair, I'd have a lair, just be a jar of fucking pinky toes.
Now, would you at all worry about the fact that if anybody were to get in your lair,
No.
the jar of pinky toes would be a dead giveaway?
That wouldn't even dawn on me. I would be totally honest.
Whether they would smell?
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
would
you'd
just,
see it, you'd
yeah.
put it tight, right?
Yeah, I would put
Yeah,
it
it's all
tight.
to put new toes in.
And I would have, what do you put in there? Like
Formaldehyde?
Yeah, formaldehyde. I'd have that in
What about
there.
that like Barbasol stuff, that blue stuff that you put the combs in?
I don't want to get confused and end up combing my hair with a pinky toe.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Because that's happened to me before.
Yeah,
But
that's
and then
embarrassing.
I'd cut stuff out of the newspaper, make messages out of it, send it to the FBI.
Oh, that's smart.
But
Yeah.
they'd know who it is, though, because so few
Yeah.
people buy newspapers.
Yeah.
So they'd be able to narrow it down by neighborhood.
But I would always say, like, looks like I've been towing the line lately. So, you know what I mean? Like, I put a lot of toe stuff.
Little
in there.
puns?
Yeah.
Would you send it to newspaper editors?
Yeah, I would pick out a guy in the news, but probably today a blogger.
Oh, yeah.
For your generation, I'd send it to a blogger
Yeah.
and see what they had to do.
Let the HuffPo know.
Mm.
Yeah. And just use the word like I'm going to kill someone else in town, but then capitalize the TOW and the N is lowercase.
I do like that because then they make them figure it out, make them work for it. You know?
Oh, it's a signal.
Yeah.
Toe.
Yeah.
We know who said
like,
this.
I guess you didn't toe that. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff wouldn't be dead on.
Where will I be next?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't toe.
Yeah.
Perhaps Towson, Maryland.
The thing is, you gotta give them something.
Yes, of
you know? I'm not
course.
just gonna leave a body behind.
Well, you know the irony too, and what your job would be. How they'd finally catch you.
How's that?
You'd be a tow truck driver.
That
That's it.
would be the fucking best. Or I'd show a toe, then a truck, and I just write, imagine what I do for a living. Does anybody need to be towed? I'm the fucking guy to call. Get it?
Yeah. You're not worried about the sleuth that would be. You know, here's what would happen: is the police wouldn't know how to deal with you. It'd be one journalist who used to be like a comic strip artist, but just wanted a shot at the newspaper that would just be pining away at all your clues.
You
He's
know,
the one that would find you.
By the way, I don't know why I love that movie, but I do.
Yeah.
I will fucking.
What movie?
It's Zodiac.
I watch it all the time.
Nothing happens in the movie.
Nothing.
And it's comforting
It's
somehow.
3 hours long.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I will watch it anytime I have it. Like
Yeah.
I love that movie, and you're right. Nothing happens. It's not
Nothing
even-
happens.
He doesn't even get like the Mark Ruffalo character doesn't even get that crazy or manic
I
about
don't
it.
remember that movie. I don't think I saw it.
It's the same guy who made Seven.
Oh,
And,
it's not a true story though. It's not about the Zodiac killer.
Yes,
No.
it is.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
about
it is. Oh,
That's
okay.
why nothing happens. Because in real life, they never solve those kind of crimes.
Yeah.
People just die of old age.
Yeah.
Because you can't get somebody who isn't like trying to kill their brother-in-law. You know, there's no motive. You know how easy it would be just if you wanted to kill someone and then just, that would be it?
That's why I get Richard Ramirez real early.
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
No motive.
Do you know one of the people he killed, old lady, I think he had killed her husband, and she had a shotgun under the bed. She pulls the shotgun out, and she points it at him, and he stops, and she pulls the trigger, and it goes click, because their grandchildren had been over, so her husband had unloaded the gun. So, of course,
Wow.
then he beat her to death with probably a lamp or something.
It would have been better just to leave a loaded gun around the grandchildren.
Or just point it and don't shoot. Just say, get out.
Yeah.
Get out or I'll kill you. No one's going to say, go ahead, pull the trigger.
She probably didn't realize it wasn't loaded.
Yeah.
She probably
Women.
wanted to shoot him.
Boy, was that...
Women.
What a
Women, huh?
What a sound. Click. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I'd be nerds.
You try it again. I'm hoping the second one has a bullet.
Oh, shucks.
Hold on a second. And you put it in.
He's
Yeah.
on you. What? He was a choker, right? That was his thing?
No,
like
bludgeon.
Bludgeon.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a rapist. I don't remember.
He would rape.
He would.
Post-mortem.
I think pre-mortem.
Old people. He killed old ladies.
Yeah.
And he beat these two old ladies together with a lamp, I think.
Gross, right?
Yeah.
He goes, oh.
I'd have to kill the young and attractive.
He might have killed some younger people, too.
Yeah.
But he did have disgusting teeth.
Yeah, he'd sneak into people's houses and just kind of hang out.
He would always tuck his pants into his socks,
Yep.
too, so he didn't get them caught.
Nerd. You know what I mean? That's a fucking nerd bicycle.
Oh, a
guy.
9-year-old girl he killed. He raped a
Oh,
9-year-old, beat her and stabbed her to death, and her body was found hanging from a pipe.
See?
And it's funny how women, how
I
you
picked the right guy.
Women out there would want to fucking marry this guy. Like serial killers have this mystique. He raped a 9-year-old and stabbed her, and then these dumb women are like, hey, he's misunderstood.
Yeah.
You wonder why you can't find good guys? Because there's fucking dopes like you out there that go to jail and try to marry a guy who raped a 9-year-old.
From 9 to 79. He for the whole family, really.
Yeah. Ran the gamut.
Yeah.
When I was in Florida, we used to get a lot of death row emails. Not emails, but regular mail. And then we ended up having a girl on her show who did marry a fucking serial killer in there, and she had written a song about it and shit. But, it was always weird. I'll tell you this. You'll always know like a crazy fucking death row person. They write, every one of them writes small. They also write on both sides of the paper. They're just using up as much space as they can. There's always drawings. Sometimes they change pens. I never know why. And 100% of the time, and I'm not making this up, true, more Ozzy. They always told us we weren't
Play more
playing.
Ozzy.
Play more Ozzy. Play more Sabbath. 100% of the time.
I didn't know
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
I did not
They
know that.
all love fucking Sabbath and Ozzy.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Most
Yeah, that
of them
makes
probably.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
But just one, it was just like, could you please play more James Taylor? You guys, never happens.
They knew he was a copycat, and that he actually wasn't the killer. He was just trying to take credit for murders he didn't commit.
how much music did you play back then?
When I first started, we played a lot of music. We play 8-9 songs an hour, and then we went to like 7 and 6. You know.
Do you ever think about that now when you're doing like full talk shows? It'd be nice to throw on some music and just put your feet up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, always in the 9 o'clock hour, we would just start to play, you know, two in a row.
Yeah.
Most of the time that we went hard with talk was between 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. What everybody does now would have been just unthought of then.
I have no desire to play music during the show.
No, me neither. Really,
None.
It's amazing listening to radio now. I always listen to like the morning shows when I'm driving in, the terrestrial morning shows, and it's like none of it's live. Not 1 minute of it is live. It's all, even if it's pre-taped 5 minutes before, you can tell if you know what you're listening to. It's all pre-taped. Most of the shows, except for maybe like Elvis Duran, don't go on the air unless there's a bit. You know what I mean? There has to be a reason for being on the air. It all has to be contained to 5 minutes.
It's really
And then right back to the songs.
really. But a lot of the interviews I do are pre-taped now. They're all pre-taped.
And they do like.
Well, they have those fake phone calls.
Yeah.
They do.
It's terrible.
I had a kid who used to work for me. He worked for a company that he just did fake phone calls with morning shows all over, and it would be the same bit.
Wow.
It would be the same fucking bit.
Yeah, you listen to one of these morning shows and like every single day they're talking about some random relationship thing. And you can just tell it's all fake. Oh, we got somebody on the line who's got a crush on this person, or oh, this person.
And we're gonna
stood
call
her
them
up,
for you.
blah, blah,
It's
blah.
like,
It's
ugh.
all, and every single day they do it, and it's like, how do you not just feel like it's Groundhog's Day? Like,
Because
how
they're in the business. People don't know. Like, you don't know. Like, we're in the business, so we understand it. But if you're not in that business, you don't know.
But if you're the host, how do you keep?
Oh, yeah, the
How are
host.
you motivated to do
Money.
anything?
But people don't care. I mean, if you watch anything on TV that's supposed to be reality based, it's fake.
Assisted
If
reality.
Yeah.
it's a fucking dating show, it's fake.
And I was talking to one of my buddies who does it, like, he does one of the decent shows on terrestrial, but he's got this bit that they play at 7 o'clock that's fake. Like, it's a fake phone call bit.
What buddy?
And I'm like, I don't want to say. And I'm like, what?
What market's he in?
This one.
Okay, he's in New York.
Cool. Hot dog dome?
And I don't know.
Top 40? Top 40s?
Well, there's not. I'm not gonna probably say which.
Okay.
Which
There's hot
genre.
dog
Did
dome?
he used to do wrestling too? Is it Todd Pettengill?
It's Todd. You got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's Todd.
Does hot dog ever meet him?
I don't know. He might have, but I don't know. But I'm like, why do you do that? Like, why do you play?
What's the bit?
Why do you play? It's just like it's a fake phone call bit. It's the same thing we've heard by every radio station ever. And he's like, because that's the people who listen to the show love that bit. They love hearing the fake phone call bit every morning at the same
What
time.
color is your friend?
I don't see color.
Really?
I'm colorblind. I don't see
Are
like
you deaf? You hear the accent?
Yeah, you don't see hairstyle?
Did he ask you a question?
Oh, we should take a break.
We have to break, yeah. We have, those we're going to have a few minutes left because we went so long the first time. So we'll be right back with Ronnie B promoting Friday night in Montreal at 11 p.m.
Yes.
Montreal, we are doing the Comedy 101, and the guests are Jimmy Schubert, myself, and Dan Soder. This is going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to this. This is probably my...
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
It is. I'm looking forward to this very, very much. More than my own shows at the Jisoo Theater. All right, we'll be right back, and get the Chip podcast. It's on YouTube.
Stay there.
I hope this is the song and not the teaser. I hate the fucking rejoiners that don't have singing.
Oh no. Well, take a look at who's behind the board.
Anthony, no, stop with this hack radio shit. This rejoiner thing. Play the song when we come back. From now on, a rule on our show: no rejoiners. They're
I agree
hack
with that.
fucking 1997 radio shit.
What about that song "Anthony's Late with Breakfast"? Could we fucking play that?
Yeah, that I would like to hear.
Anthony's with breakfast. Hope you're not too hungry.
Anthony
Yeah.
should have known too about the rejoiners thing.
Yeah,
I think so.
I might have to bring you back in for a fucking Ronnie B boot camp.
Do you do
Yeah.
those Whitman shape?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then he spent 2 years in promotions that just let him. It's like, when you discipline a dog and then you let him go and then they don't maintain the discipline.
They don't remember.
You know what we've been calling
Piss all over the
promotions,
floor.
right? Homotions.
Oh my
That's
God!
our way to getting even with them.
Perfect.
And then we
that's
say
great.
sales holes instead of sales.
Is that an old radio thing?
Yeah.
Sales holes,
Sales holes.
homotions, and
That's perfect.
Yeah, we get even with all those guys. I haven't seen you guys to talk about GNR. Did you enjoy the show that night?
loved it. Yeah, I
Great.
really did. How long did you make it?
I did the full boat. I stayed
couldn't-
with it.
I couldn't do it. I had to get up. I missed like the last couple of songs.
You did an Irish goodbye. You guys just vanished.
Yeah.
I left after November Rain, but I got in my car.
Mm-hmm.
They did an excellent job of broadcasting the thing. I get
Yeah.
to go home and listen to the concert.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
They were
But
so good.
I couldn't believe how long they went on for. I was pulling into my garage in Westchester when they were playing Patience.
I learned
Yes.
a little bit of information, by the way.
What?
They'd only promised Sirius 90 minutes.
Wow.
Wow, and they did 3 hours.
All that I could, what I was thinking? They did their stadium show, but what I could think of, what they had to? I'm sure Sirius had to buy extra time for the fucking theater.
They got
And
Oh,
those
yeah.
union deals.
beforehand. They got approval though because we found out that they were going to be going to like 12:30, 12:40. Roland told us they had approval to go late, so they knew that show was going to go late. But they probably had to pay a little bit extra. But I'm sure Sirius didn't mind.
Yeah, they
To
wouldn't
get-
show them the set list, and they said, we will guarantee you 90 minutes, at least.
Good for them.
And then they did twice that.
Yeah.
And they did more than a regular stadium show. They do like 24 songs on a stadium show. They did 29.
Here's the thing, too. I saw those guys, Appetite Time. They were all fucked up back then. They were fucking. They got Axel. He doesn't even talk to the audience. He never even did a, hey, it's great to be at the Apollo. Serious, you're great. He just did songs one after another.
Just better.
And fucking Slash was unbelievable.
Slash
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing they did that night was the fucking Whole Lot of Rosie cover.
That was great.
That
That was
great.
so. I mean, I loved everything. There's a couple songs I could have done without because I'm not as big a Guns N' Roses fan as Travis is.
Yeah.
So the couple songs I didn't recognize. I could have been a 2-hour show would have been perfect or 2:15.
3 hours. That's why they made it a 2 T-shirt night.
Yeah.
You see, they're giving 2 T-shirts to everybody,
Yeah.
not just one.
Did you get them, Ron?
Yeah. Well, I got them. I sold them out on the street. I have a swag thing where I'm just selling anything I get.
Oh, it's smart.
Yeah.
How much you get for them?
I got $4 a piece.
You didn't.
You know?
You didn't know your market that well.
It went fast.
No, man.
You know, that's what I want to do. I want to get rid of it before I get caught.
Did you get both T-shirts, Jim?
I did. I love them both.
Yeah, they're really cool. I was wearing one of them over the weekend. Troy, you were at the show. Did you get both
Oh,
T-shirts?
yeah, both of them.
Yeah, man. Travis, which one was your favorite?
I got 2 T-shirts.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which one of the two was your favorite?
I mean, I only got one twice.
Wait, you got one T-shirt twice. Why did you ask for that?
No. They were bundled up.
Yes,
so
they
I
were.
went home thinking, cool, I got my 2 T-shirts.
Travis, you've seen him a lot of times?
I've seen him 4 times. I saw him twice in the Buckethead days
Yeah.
and twice on this tour.
I could not believe, like, the last thing you would have called them in the old days was a professional fucking musicians.
You couldn't believe how together they were.
But I kind of missed the danger. I kind of missed the world's most dangerous band. Like, there was a part of me who was like, man, I wish you were a little sloppier. I wish you were yelling shit out. You
Yeah,
know?
it definitely seemed like
They sounded so good though.
They were unbelievable.
I don't think they like each other. Like I don't think
Slash
I don't
and-
think Slash or
What's to
and
like?
Duff and Axl get along.
Yeah.
But I do think that they've figured out exactly how to do their show and exactly how to get everything done.
Every band does this.
And so you're right. It's not even sort of unpredictable or dangerous anymore.
Because you don't
It's
need
just
to
the
look at each
songs.
other. Doing radio is harder because you got to look at the guy, you got to
Yeah.
talk, it's got to be fresh. But Slash didn't look at Axel
true.
once.
And Slash never really acknowledged the audience.
No.
He doesn't anyway. I saw footage of it's a great thing when they do their arena tours. A lot of times, Angus was going on stage and doing a whole lot of Rosie with them.
Yeah.
And it's
You love
so,
that song, huh?
It's a great song. I mean, that's just the one that I like. Axel's version of it as much as Bon Scott's. His version of it is fucking incredible. But watching Angus Young go on stage and him and Slash interacted a little bit, and like you could see Slash turn to face him.
Right.
Like Angus, he kind of gave that respect to. Like that was his acknowledgement. You could not acknowledge fucking Angus Young. But I really enjoy. I wish Izzy was with them. He's sober, doesn't want to tour.
He doesn't want to be involved with them anymore.
I wish he did, though. There's so much money in it. They would
So
take him in a
much.
second.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's crazy. I mean,
I think from what I remember, they asked him to do some shows in Brazil, and the money was not going to be split evenly.
oh.
So he was not interested. in
He
doing
said
that.
they were offering him a 5-figure
five
deal.
figures. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So wait.
Five?
Yes.
Oh.
Izzy wasn't getting what Slash was getting.
No, and Slash isn't getting with Axl. It's Axl's band. Axl owns Guns N' Roses.
Right.
Does he?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why he was allowed to call him Guns N' Roses.
He was the one with Buckethead and them. He put out Chinese Democracy without them.
What about Chickenfoot?
Is Buckethead one of their albums?
No, he's a member of the old Guns N' Roses band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't think he put out any album. Any of the music came out with Buckethead on it.
No.
No,
He was
just
in
on
between
tour.
for like 5 years.
No.
I didn't think that was an album. I thought that was some fucking obscure live album. Yeah, I like Guns N' Roses on a surface level. Like I like, again, most of their hits and a couple of the songs. But
Appetite, but I have to admit, and I was one of the people who made fun of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 as being a little pretentious, a little bloated, stop being rock and roll. There was a strain fucking killed me that night. I'm like, this fucking song is better than I ever gave it credit for.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
The musicianship in that song.
What song?
What's in it? Is it Strange? And it's just about him and his chick breaking up, but it was just came together for me that night. And I'm like, all right, I got to go back and be nicer about Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. But when they came out, I thought, okay, we got a new Rolling Stones, this fucking band.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is a true story. I first started radio. The first show that I had to go do, they were the Motley Crue was fucking headlining. And Guns N' Roses opened. If the album was out then, it wasn't getting any fucking traction. It just had come out. To us, they were an unknown band. And me and my chick were backstage, and they were just getting their picture taken, and we just went, whoa. The fucking energy coming off these guys. We're like, something's fucking happening here.
You could tell.
They came out, did a fucking, nobody knew them. You know how no one likes the opening bands. People were going fucking crazy for them. And that album took like about a year and a half before it became the monster. It was a slow.
Was that? Well, I didn't
build.
know that. Appetite
Yeah.
was a slow build. I didn't realize that.
Slow build. Like in '88, people were like really still into Appetite, and people kind of forget this, but LA just started selling Guns N' Roses stuff wherever you were. I mean, it became
That's right.
the major fucking band. It was like, you know how people made fun of the hair metal bands, the fucking suddenly for that time, because at the same time Kinnison got big and Dice got big at the same time.
Yeah.
And suddenly the Strip was this dangerous thing.
Right.
So when the other night when they were like, from Hollywood, California, I started laughing because I forgot when that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
To say edgy, because Dice used to do it and Sam would do it.
Yeah.
It was a very dark, fucking decadent, fun time.
I didn't realize they were offering him. He said he tweeted bullshit. They just didn't want to split the loot equally. Simple as that. And moving right along.
Do you think
you
they
know
should split-
Ozzy's going to get them? No, like
I
there's
don't
got to
think
be. But the split may not be because I'm thinking in the Sabbath reunion, Ozzy got the most. I'm guessing. Tony and Geezer you need, and then Bill Ward was not happy with what they were offering him at all. So I'm like, I don't know what it was.
I think 5 figures is a little low for a band that,
I agree.
aside from Beyonce, made the most money last year.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that, Izzy coming back was going to be
That would have been Guns N'
a
Roses.
big fucking deal.
Aside
Well,
from
I don't know.
Without
I think
Adler.
without the drummer, man. I mean,
But Adler
that,
can't drum.
Let me tell you, that to me is the fucking first. That was the sound, and that sound never came back with the band.
But
You know
the
what I
thing
mean?
is, the drummers are harder. I forgive it without a drummer because they break down differently than other musicians do. Like the drummers break down physically, like they just can't do it anymore. And a lot of
Right.
times, 25 years from the beginning, you can't play the same way.
Did you see Phil Collins when he came in here? He's fucking. It's like he was an old football player.
Oh, really?
I mean, his fucking body was in terrible shape.
And the music won't sound as good. Like they won't want to play with it. But Izzy is someone you should definitely have up there, especially because he's in the look of the band.
Right.
You ever hear that part in that Phil Collins song on the drums where he's like, do 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 do?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good.
Good stuff.
That's good. I'm a Phil Collins fan.
Do-do,
So.
do-do, do-do, do-do. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, is that when you start playing air drums?
Yeah, every time. dude.
Good.
I play on my
every
stomach.
time.
Do-do,
Oh, that's
do-do,
cool.
Oh,
do-do.
that's so cool,
That's
man.
Plus, I can feel if my abs are feeling
Yeah.
good.
Are they?
They're okay.
Okay.
Not as good as they were, but definitely better than they've been the last few weeks.
Not bad, man.
We
They
have to
look
close
good.
up in a minute. Oh, come on.
They look fucking
That's-
real good
that's what
from
you do.
here.
Blow
Looks like
smoke.
somebody's ready for Montreal, huh, Jimmy?
I am. Remember, go up there,
Yeah.
tear it up.
That's right. Tear
We
up
have to
that
wrap
puss.
up. We have a minute left.
Well,
All right.
I just
Well-
want to tell one long story before I go.
Ron, I'm very excited about the show you've got on Friday. In
I cannot wait
Montreal.
to do
Yes.
What do you want to? You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
be on the
it-
show, Jim.
I am on the show. It's going to be. We don't know the name of the theater.
Comedy 101. The theater. Well, you could go to the iBang right now, or you can go to the place there. But to get Soder, Norton. I mean, we're talking about Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Schubert. All these years, he wouldn't work. Those three guys wouldn't work together. That's
right.
David Geffen, this thing. I stayed on the phones. I got 3 different tour buses they come in on. But when they hit the stage, it's going to be like the old Comedy 101 all over again. You know?
You see that HBO documentary? You don't call him David Geffen. David is enough.
No, I call him Geffen.
Yeah. I would think Geffen.
Or
is-
sometimes Gaffs. Or sometimes Sweet Daddy. And
He
that's
hates
for a whole...
He hates when I call him D to the G. That's really upsetting.
to the G.
So everybody, while you're there out in Montreal, go see that show. We'll be there on
Who's
Thursday
tomorrow?
and Friday. Tomorrow we've got Kyle Mooney and Dave McCary. Kyle Mooney, you know from SNL,
Okay.
and they got a movie coming out. And I will be on Fox News Radio today at 5 p.m. Eastern with Tom Shalhoub. And if you missed me on the Battleground Kickoff show last night, you can find it on WWE's YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ronnie.
This has been Jim Norton.